Hey guys, so I am here for the names that I loved but won't be using video. I decided to do this video because I now have one girl and one boy, so I have 10 names of girls' names that we were considering when we had Elena and 10 names of boy names that we were considering when we had Caden. And we loved all these names, but we didn't use them for one reason or another. So I'm going to go over the girls' names first, and then I'll go over the boys. The first name on the girls' list was Kennedy. We both liked this name, but at the time when we were naming Elena, it was a name that was popping up a lot, and I thought that it was going to get really popular, and I loved it, but it wasn't my absolute favorite. The other name was Reagan, and this was probably in the top 3 names when we were deciding Elena's name, what she could have been possibly called. And I really like Reagan because I think it's a mixture of cute girl but tomboy at the same time. So Reagan was definitely in the top 3 choices when we were naming Elena. We didn't end up going with that one just because we really wanted a soft feminine name for her, and I loved Reagan, and I think she even looks like a Reagan. So I mean, tell me what you guys think, but I think that she totally could have been a Reagan. Another girl name was Jade, and this was actually a name that Alan and I, when we first started dating, really liked, and we were like, if we ever have a little girl, her name's going to be Jade. But as time went on, it got more popular, and I like names that are common, but I also like names that are unique. So I don't really like the top 10 names on the list, but I like somewhere in the top 100. I don't like really far out there names. But over time, it just kind of grew out of our hearts. Harley was actually going to be the girl name that we chose when we thought that Caden was a girl. We had both decided on Carly. And when we found out that he was a boy after the accident happened with the doctor mix-up, we obviously didn't name our son that. So but that was going to be our little girl's name, and if we have one in the future, who knows. Another name that I really love is Aria, and Alan does not like that name because in Arabic, I guess Ariana or something similar to that means naked, and he was just like, no, I'm not naming my daughter naked. To me, it had no meaning, but to him it did. And I also really like that name because of Pretty Little Liars. The name that we considered was Madison. It was one that we threw out there, but it never really stuck. Mackenzie, it's one that we considered with Elena and reconsidered again when we thought that Caden was a girl. So we both like that name. We think Mackenzie's super cute. Kenzie is a really cute nickname, but we just didn't go with that one either. The name that I really liked was Sienna, and I just think that it's super pretty. It sounds feminine. It's not too common, but it does have kind of a exotic feel to it. So I did like that one, but Alan zeroed that one out on me. For our boys list, there were a few names that we considered for Caden. If you guys don't know, we named Elena after Alan. A-L-A-N is Alan, and then A-L-A-I-N-A was Elena. So their names kind of went together. So we were considering doing a boy version for myself and Caden. We, a long time ago, were on an airplane ride and heard someone behind us had a son named Caden, and we just liked it, and I always kept it in the back of my mind. I didn't really think that I'd probably ever use it, but hey, we did. So the runner-ups to that name were Jacob. I really liked Jacob because I liked the nickname Jake. I just thought that was a really cute boy's name. I think it carries well all the way from newborn into adulthood and even when you're older. But once you start naming your kids, a little bit different, and it wasn't a name that we just felt that was near and dear to our heart that would fit for our little boy. The other one names that I personally really liked was Nathan, Matthew, and Luke, but Alan has a family member with all 3 of those names in his family, and I like people, my kids at least, different names and not have to share the name with a family member. And another one that we had considered for a really long time, for a couple of years, and we said if we ever had a little boy, was that maybe we would do Parker. When the time actually came, Alan and I both had said, yeah, if we have a boy, we'll do Parker. But when the time actually came, we were like, no, we're not going to do that name. So it's weird when you think of names in your head, you like names, but then when it's actually yours and you think about calling someone that, it doesn't necessarily always fit. So Parker got thrown out. I really liked Connor, but we started noticing a lot of Connors too. One name that I had really liked that I was trying to push for was Tristan, and for a long time Alan didn't like that one. but it kind of grew on him, I think, but we ended up not using it just because it kind of sounded like a Kristen, and which was kind of feminine. Her name that I liked was Brandon, but it doesn't work because of our last name, and the name that's my absolute favorite, that if I had a different last name that I would definitely use, is Blake. I love the name Blake for a boy. My friend actually has a little girl named Blake. I think it's such a cute name. I love the name Blake for a little boy, but with our last name it just doesn't work and it sounds really awful, and boys don't get married and change their last name. He'll have this forever, so it just doesn't work for us. The runner-up name for Caden was Carter. Again, it sounded okay with our last name, but not as good as Caden does. Maybe we'll use one of these names on a future kid. Maybe none of them will sound good once we start naming a future baby. So it's all up in the air and we'll see. But as for now, I hope you guys got some ideas if you're trying to think of baby names. And I would love to hear some of the names that you guys were considering for your kids. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. I'll see you guys on Monday for a new video. Caden's getting baptized this weekend, so I'll have lots of footage for you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.